What's good? What's good? Welcome to the pros. Welcome to the refill. I'm your boy. I'm your host, Ron Daniel. And tonight we got a good show. We got a real good show coming in tonight, man. We're glad y'all tuned in. It's Friday night. Y'all could be doing anything, but y'all decide to check this out tonight, man, to see what we doing. This show here, this is our second episode, man. And what we doing and what we looking to do is do something real big for the culture, the gospel rap culture, the CHH culture. Everybody repping their culture, so we're going to go hard and rep ours too. Tonight we got a special guest all the way from Virginia, man. This cat here, man. Listen, I've been following this dude for a while, man. If y'all know me, if y'all follow me or know anything about me, y'all know I keep my ear to the ground on what's happening with the artists, with the DJs, the influencers, the promoters, everything, and not just in the United States, but global wide. I met cats in Africa, I met cats in the UK, I met cats in Australia, all over. But tonight, man, we gonna get the game, the gospel rap game from the DJ's perspective. I love talking to DJs. To me, this is one of the best out there, man. It's a lot of DJs. I seen a lot of DJs come and go. They start, they get hot, and they leave out cold. But this bro here been consistent. I'm talking about since day one, man. We know him in the gospel rap community, man. But for tonight, for y'all watching, y'all gonna get to know him. I'm finna bring him on now. DJ, I Rock Jesus. What's good, bro?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you feeling, man? Thanks for
Uh,
having me on the show, man.
Man, chilling, man. Man, just feeling good on this Good Friday, man. Man, I'm glad, man, you tuned in with us
Yeah,
and jumped on this with us, man. Again, what I was saying before, I love talking to the DJs.
amen.
I've met a lot of artists, met a lot of, promoters. When you're rapping, you meet all kind of people.
Right, right,
Promoters,
right.
pastors, artists, all kind of people. So man, we got you on tonight. I was like, I want to get a DJ on here. I want to hear the game from the DJ's perspective because
Right.
to me, it's two type of people in the gospel rap genre or the gospel
Right,
rap industry. I hate to say that for a lack of a better word, the industry
right,
that
right, right.
they can see the gospel rap as a whole, and those are pastors that rap and the DJs. They
Right,
see the game to me different, and
right,
I've
right,
talked to a
right.
lot of pastors that that rap. They congregate a church. They have a church and they gospel rap. And
Okay,
just the DJs that's listen to the music, cause they know what's hot. They know
right,
where the trends is coming from. So
right.
we're gonna get your perspective. But man, introduce yourself to everybody checking out the show tonight, man.
Well, my name is DJ Rock Jesus. I'm out of Hampton, Virginia. I'm a gospel DJ. I do virtual parties. I DJ virtually since COVID-19. I do a
Right,
lot of mixtapes. I have different radio shows
right.
on different stations. That's me. And I love God, man. That's what it is.
Already. Man, give us take us back to when you started. Like what was it that got you into gospel rap? What was it that no, we all had something
Right,
that sparked our interest. I know for me
right,
it was just playing in them streets and the Lord said, okay,
right,
enough is enough. You
right,
start rapping for me, basically. So for
right.
you, man, what was it that sparked your interest, bro?
Just started DJing gospel music, or start DJing at the beginning, or just
Yeah,
start DJing
just
gospel.
just DJing from the beginning, and then how did you transition over into gospel?
Okay,
Gospel rap.
okay, I got you. Well, as most DJs, man, from back in the day, I started DJing in '82. You know what I mean? So I've seen a lot of DJs come up like Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jeff, all them dudes like that, Kid Capri, all them dudes. So that really inspired me to get into the DJ thing, to on DJ game. Plus my brothers, they also DJ, right? So that was going on. I did all the stuff, partying in the club and all that stuff.
Right,
But really got me to, once I dedicated my life to Christ,
right, right.
and that was in 1999. So that's when I started DJing like gospel music from 1999. But what really turned me on was BBJ.
Right.
That's how I got into gospel hip hop and things like that. So that inspired me to do that.
Right, right. BBJ, man. We
Yeah,
gonna get them
BJ.
on one day soon,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. So,
That's
so that's how I got started DJing in the gospel realm. You know, because
right,
I was
right,
all I'm doing is now is just doing what I did when I wasn't saved.
right.
Only thing different now is just I'm doing it for a purpose. You
Got
know
it.
what I mean?
Right.
So yeah,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
yeah,
BBJ. Shout out
yeah,
to BBJ, man. We I met that brother and
yeah.
man, I met him in Atlanta actually.
Right.
The whole hip hop awards.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Whole
We were
hip
just
hop award. Wow.
man, I miss whole hip hop, man. They
oh,
that's we could talk about that a whole nother hour.
oh, yeah,
To
yes.
me, that was like the Super Bowl of gospel rap, where
Yes, it
everybody
was.
from
Yes,
all over the
come on, brother.
globe
Come on, man.
came to Atlanta.
The whole
Everybody.
weekend was
I mean,
crazy. Yeah,
yeah, man. That
yeah,
whole weekend. I hope they bring that back, man. You know,
yeah, man.
that was a lot of around that time. That was a lot of music conferences going on, north, south,
Yeah,
east, and west. I'm in the
yeah.
south, so we
Okay.
had, Trey Nine in Texas,
Yeah,
Urban D in Florida. We had
yeah,
Cat, Mr. Dale in Memphis. So it was a lot of conferences going on, and then the whole hip hop wars in Atlanta. So.
yeah.
And again, to me, that was the Super Bowl of all
Mm,
the conferences where everybody came
yes,
together.
it
It was
was.
just a big
Yeah.
old party. You
Whole
know,
weekend, man. It
you
was crazy.
already
It was
know,
crazy.
man. You
Yeah, it was
already
crazy.
know, man. So now you transition
Yeah.
into gospel on the gospel side
Right.
DJing. What was your first, I guess, thoughts of it, after your introduction with BBJ? What was your first thoughts of gospel rap when you first started DJing in it?
Oh man, it was the gospel rap, man. It was at first when I first started, like, man, I don't know about this. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I remember coming from the era, Wu Tang and
Yeah,
all that kind of
man.
stuff like that, man. I mean, it was like, I don't know, guy. I mean, I don't know, man.
Right,
So, but
right,
like I said, that I heard BBJ and Cross move and stuff like that's okay. I
right.
can work with that. Then I found Platinum Souls.
Yeah,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
sir.
And then I'm like, yo, guy. I mean, I'm a mixtape DJ, so I haven't heard no DJs doing what I used to do, and even I wasn't doing mainstream.
Right,
I
right,
ran across a brother named DJ Sean Blue.
right.
He- that dude was putting down the mixtapes, man. I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do. So I hit him up, man. We started talking, man. So that's right there. What did it right there?
That's what's
Keep
up,
going from
bro.
that point. I mean, DJ Sean Blue, man, he's that dude, bro.
Man, you brought up some heavy hitters, man.
Yeah, man.
Cross movement,
Cross movement. Come
platinum
on, man.
souls. Come on,
Oh,
man.
Platinum Soul. They was to me. It
Yeah,
was like yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, he was rocking those instrumentals, man. And
Right,
at times, Miss Scott, she was doing on the poetry side, man. It was
right,
crazy,
right.
bro. I was like, yo, this is me right here
Man,
all
look
day.
here.
Yeah.
My introduction to platinum souls was in Atlanta again. In Atlanta. Met him
Come
in
on, man.
Atlanta, and you know how you exchange the CDs and the music and
Yeah,
information.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
driving back
yeah.
home, making my 8 hour drive back to the Rock Town.
Come on,
I
man.
put
Come
them
on.
in, and it was
Yeah.
one of them CDs where I just kept it on repeat. I said, man,
Come on.
these dudes something else.
Yeah,
Platinum Soul,
yeah.
Rick Flo,
Come on.
right. So, man, and cross movement,
Come on.
and had them in rotation. So, man, you brought us some
Yeah.
heavy hitters, man.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you this, man.
Hmm.
Looking at you been in this thing, to people that's watching this, you a OG in this thing.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's a lot of I love talking to the OGs in
Right.
it because they see gospel rap different
Yeah.
versus what's happening now. And I can talk a whole nother 55 hours about what I see now.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
but
Right.
for the sake of this conversation,
Right.
man,
Right.
what do you see? What do you see when you first started versus what you see now?
Well, what I seen when I first started, I saw more of there was different things going on. Like the artist wasn't sounding the same.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean? A lot of times today, a lot of artists they find what's hot, like that certain style of beat or that certain style of rap.
right.
They go with that because that's what's hot right now.
You're right.
But back then, when I first started and things like that, it was like everybody was different. Platinum Soul sound different. Cross Movement sound different. Core Red Precise sound different.
Right,
All them dudes sounded different. So I see what's going on there. Like everybody trying to sound the same, and sometimes these dudes not even from that that type of style of music, but
right,
they do it
right,
because it's hot, and
right,
that's what I like about it, man. You mean like, I'm not knocking the music. I love it, but sometimes I want to hear that difference in some of the songs as a
Right.
DJ. You know,
Right.
yeah,
It's you hit it on the head. I see the same thing. It's all cookie cutter.
yeah, yeah,
Where I'm
yeah,
from, if
yeah,
somebody in Atlanta get hot or New
yeah,
Orleans or
yeah, yeah,
somebody on the West Coast and everybody here wanna sound like that, I'm like,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
just be yourself. I miss the variety. I guess that's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
looking.
it. That's really variety.
That
That's why a
variety.
lot of time when I'm DJing my live shows, I do a lot of old classic boom bap CHH.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? Because I love hip hop. I'm a hip
right,
hop head too, so I love hip hop. So I want to hear the variety in some of the music, but some of the music today you really don't get that. I
right,
mean, so
right.
that's what I miss
It's all
about
cookie cutter, man. I'm
it.
like you. I love it, because
Yeah,
I'm just soaked in hip hop. Period. Rap.
yeah,
I'm soaked in
yeah,
it, so
yeah,
I hear it too, and it's
yeah,
just so cookie cutter. I'm like, man, I want to hear
yeah.
something fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
It's to the point. Sometimes if I hear something, maybe 30 seconds in, I cut it off. I'm like, I already heard this.
right,
I already
right,
know where it's going. I already know how
right,
it's gonna sound. And
right, right.
so, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, talk about the DJs influence in gospel rap, just coast to coast, the cats, what you think, can improve as far as the DJ putting their stamp in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think that for most of all, I think the DJ they're doing it now. A
Right,
lot of I think what should do is just find out what type of DJ that they want to be.
right,
You know what I mean? So if you're a mixer, if you're a scratcher or whatever you are, focus on that and do that. You know what I mean? But right now the DJ culture, man, the gospel game is heavy, bro. You got a lot of dudes killing it, man. So
right,
I really have nothing to say about that, man. I've seen the dudes doing what they're doing. They putting their shows down, they're putting their mixtapes down. So I'm loving that. You know what I mean? So they doing what God's called them to do. So I don't
right,
have too much
right,
to say about that because I'm watching them. I'm seeing them. I say, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. They killing it, man. They doing their own style. That's one thing about I can say about the DJ, the gospel DJs versus the gospel artists. A
right,
lot of DJs, they're not sound like one another. They find their own niche, and
right,
that's what I like about it. So
right.
yeah,
That's what's up, man. That's
yeah,
what's
that's
up.
what I
That's
like
what's up.
about it.
The thing that now, how is the you in Virginia?
Yeah, yes.
How is the gospel rap culture in Virginia and I see you shake your head. And I feel say just that's more towards what? East Coast, right?
Right. We
Right,
like where I'm at. We're like in the middle, the
right,
south and the
right,
east. We like right in like the middle of it.
right,
And at one time now, it was heavy, man. I mean, there was artists doing what they was doing, having different shows. But now it's like it's dry. I mean, you have a few artists out here doing something here and there, but it's not like it was.
right,
You know what I mean? So I guess the frustration of them not get a chance to perform in churches and things like that. But yeah,
right,
it's dry here, man. It's really dry.
right,
Really
right.
dry. Yeah, it's
I
not
think
good.
I think it's here it's still moving.
Yeah, okay.
It ain't just everybody just moving, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
still I think with COVID slowed everybody down.
yeah, yeah,
And now we're trying to figure out these new ways
yeah,
virtually to
yeah,
entertain and minister
yeah, yeah,
virtually. So that's the one thing I've been hearing a whole lot and seeing
yeah,
too. A lot
yeah.
of cats, they like, hey, I'm just gonna take this and turn my camera around and just give them a show in my living room. And I
Right,
say,
right,
hey,
right.
ain't no wrong with that. Do it.
Hey,
You
hey,
know,
it's working for them.
that's it, man. That's it. So, gospel rap, man.
Hmm.
Gospel rap been getting hit upside the head a lot. And what I
Yeah.
mean is, I'm seeing a lot of artists, and I'm just gonna keep it a whole thou wow with you.
All right. Come on.
I see a lot of artists, they ascending. You know what I'm saying? They doing great things,
Right,
but it's like they not really repping gospel rap. You know what
right,
I'm saying? They going to these heights, but they not really putting it on the platform of
right.
these, networks and all these different avenues they going in. What's your thoughts on that? Because, I tell people I don't knock what they doing because
Right,
I'm not sitting in their boardrooms and
right,
I'm
right,
not part of their
right,
decision making process.
Right.
But I
Right.
see it just like
Right.
everybody else see it. So what's
Right.
your thoughts on that, man?
Well, my thoughts on that, man. I mean, me and my man talk about it all the time.
Right,
Um, People gonna make decisions on whatever's going on in their life.
right,
You know what I mean? And if an artist chooses to do whatever he chooses to do, I can't say anything about that. I mean, I can talk about it, but I can't say anything about it because we don't know what's going on in that brother or her life. You
got
know
it.
what I mean? So I mean, at the end of the day, if they feel like they need to do this to get to this, you know what I mean? That's their choice, but it's between them and God, man. I don't really stay focused on that. I mean, if I don't agree with it, if I know them, we can talk about it on one, but that's still between them and God. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
Because if they feel like they don't need to put Jesus in their songs or they don't want to do this, that's going to be their decision. You know what I
right,
mean? But at the end of the day, we all have things what God calls to do.
right,
And personally, brother, I see it. I talk to some artists about it, but at the end of the day, I got to stay focused on what God's called me to do. At
right,
the end of the
right,
day, you know what I mean? I mean, I can pray for them, and they want to talk about it. We can talk about it, but in the end of the day, I just like, you know what? Because I've been saying for years. This is
right,
nothing new.
right,
This is actually nothing new. It's been
right,
going on
right,
for years. It just so happened now that the platforms are bigger. You know what I mean? There's more sites and Instagram and all that stuff. So I don't, I just say, you know what? That's where they at. I pray for them. Keep it moving. That's it.
That's it, man.
That's
That's
it, man.
you know what? I think that's the best answer. People ask me all the time,
Yeah,
what I think, and I
yeah,
give them the same. I say, hey, I stay in my lane.
yeah,
I see it.
yeah.
If I know them personally, I've done
Right,
shows. A lot of those cats I'm talking
yeah,
about now.
right,
If I know them personally, I say something. If I'm led to say something, I'm not
right,
gonna
right,
walk over
right,
like, say, man, I'm seeing you
right,
doing
right,
this. What's wrong with
right.
you? I'm not gonna do that.
Because you never know when God may
right,
tell you to do something that nobody agree with.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean? So I
right,
mean,
right.
I just seen a lot of. So yeah, I just like okay,
Well,
what you do.
let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can segue into that.
Right,
How
right.
do you feel about the gospel rap DJs and the artists collabing with the secular cats?
I don't see anything wrong with it. I
Right,
mean, like I said, that goes back to what I was talking about earlier. That you gotta know what you're called to do
right,
and where's your mission field.
right,
Now, not everybody can work with a mainstream artist because
right,
sometimes you can get caught up in their world. You know what
right,
I mean? You know
right,
what I mean? So, but I don't personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. This is what I think about this right here. A lot of times, DJs wants to get on mainstream stations,
hmm,
right? What would happen if a DJ from a mainstream station want to get on a Christian station?
right,
You get what I'm saying? So I don't have nothing to say about that either, bro. Like, yo, that's what they choose to do. If
right.
this is what God's called them to do, that's what God called them to do.
That's
You
what's
feel
up,
me?
man. That
Because I'm trying not to get into all that because I've been doing this for so many years, and these conversations always happen. It's
right,
nothing new again. Like people talk about, like when I first started, they were talking about artists rapping on top of mainstream beats.
right.
But I feel about that. I'm like, it's just whatever they feel like God is telling them to do, man. I don't have nothing to say about that, brother. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, there's so much going on in the world, man, and I can't take time to sit there and focus on what that brother's doing or what that sister's doing. You know what I mean? I gotta focus on what God's called me to do.
Right.
Now, if I meet with them and they ask my opinion, of course we're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but a lot of people do. But that's just where I'm at.
Right, right. It's a mixed thing in the
Yeah, yeah,
in gospel rap, because I've heard some people say, "Oh, they shouldn't do it." I'm like, I'm on the side of, hey, look, if a Snoop Dogg call me and want to do a song, let's do it.
right, right,
Let's make it happen because to me, before he make that call, he gonna already know where I stand anyway
right,
with
right,
the gospel.
right.
So if I get on a track with him, start talking about how big my rims is
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
size of my chain, he gonna be looking at me
yeah,
crazy like, wait a minute, man,
right,
this ain't
right.
what I'm
I
looking
mean,
for.
if somebody asks you to come on there on their track, rock with them, do
Right.
what God's called you to do. Don't
That's
be
it.
ashamed of it.
That's
You
it.
feel me?
That's it.
Don't go with them. No, man, don't do that, man. No, do what God's called you to do. and rock on that track.
Right,
So
right,
end
right.
of the day, that's how I feel.
And I've shared with a lot of artists too, man, that like, to me it's like you ministering
Yeah,
to their fan base, the
yeah,
gospel. And I
yeah,
say, God, to me, God just moves slick like that. He be like,
yeah.
hey, I want DJ I Rock Jesus to collab with DJ Envy. And you
Right,
like, okay, I met this brother at a gas station somewhere. He's like, oh
right,
man, let's do something together. But it's your
right.
way to minister to his base, the
But
gospel.
but at the end of the day, like I always say, you gotta be called to do that.
Right,
You know
right,
what I mean? Because if you're not called to work in that to walk in that realm,
right.
bro, it's a lot gonna come on you.
I
You
know,
know what I
man.
mean? It's a lot gonna come on you.
I
So
know.
and it sounds good, you know, but if God tells me no, I can't go.
Then it's no. That's it.
So no. So we gotta be called to go into certain world, to a certain realm.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I feel about all that.
I agree with you, bro. I
Yeah.
agree with you wholehearted about that. Let me ask you this, man. Where is gospel rap going? I guess the next 5 years, 10 years. Where you see it going? And just
I
keep it a book, man.
I see it. I do really see it growing to be where God wants it to be because the generation coming up now, they're unashamed.
Right,
They're doing exactly what God wants them to do. A
right,
lot of times you don't hear a lot of Jesus in their songs, but they're talking about Christ.
right,
You know what I mean? But what really gets me, what shows me about an artist is you can talk about Christ all you want to in your song. You can do 1,000 lyrics about Jesus.
right.
But when you finish, and I watch you when you get off that stage, that shows me who you are.
That's it. That's it,
You
bro.
know what I mean? So the generation days coming up, man, these guys, they putting it down. The young ladies, they putting it down. So
Right,
yeah, I think in the next 5 years, it's gonna be crazy. I
right,
pray I better get to see it. You know what I
right. Me
mean?
too. Me too.
I'm enjoying it now, man. I'm loving what they're doing, man. They putting this heat out, brother, and they mention the gospel. They reaching people where they at. So in the next 5 years, I'm believing that it's gonna be better where it's at there right now.
Right,
That's why.
right,
That's why I
right.
believe.
I agree with you, man. They, it's. I think, I fell into that trap. Oh, they not talking a whole lot of Jesus and
Yeah.
whole 16 bars, a number of Jesus. But then when you check out their moves,
Yeah, yeah.
and what they saying, how they move, you say, okay, you know, it's just different.
It's
Still
different.
effective,
That's
but
right.
different.
But see,
It's
you
still
have you
effective.
have you have artists that's called to rap for the church.
Right, right,
You have
right.
artists
Good
that's
point.
called to rap in the streets.
Right,
You know what I mean? So everybody's called to a certain purpose, and that's what I'm praying that everybody realize is you may not be called to rock in the church like that.
right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I put it.
Let me ask you this, bro. What can we do? What can we do collectively? The artists, the DJs, the promoters, the influencers, with social media to
Mhm.
continue to grow the genre, so more people can see it, more people can hear it. What can we do collectively as a
Yeah.
whole?
Work together, man.
Right,
Work together. Don't be afraid if a DJ is playing your music, retweet that.
right,
You know what I mean? Just come together as a whole.
right,
That's what we can do. If we come together as a whole, focus on what the mission that we're supposed to be doing, everything's gonna fall in place. And everybody will see what's going on. But we gotta
right.
come together. You know what I mean? And I don't see a lot of that going on. You have pockets. Oh,
Yeah,
you got little pockets going on, but that is what it is. But I think we come together as a whole, really get on together, man. We can do, man, so much we can do,
it's
and
it's
don't be a. There's so much we can do, man. So much we can
right.
do.
It's man, you hitting it on the head tonight, man. That's why we got you in the game tonight. We said put DJ I Rock Jesus in the game tonight. But you hit it on the head, man. I'm so tired of everybody sitting on these islands.
Yeah,
I had a conversation with one of my partners. I was letting them know, hey, it's like when you look at, I hate to call them the secular rappers. I just call
right,
them just the street boy, trap
right,
rapper, just the
right.
rappers. They connected. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They're I know they have their issues,
of
but
course, of
when
course.
you see, I saw an interview I think it was 2 Chainz. I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I'm gonna tell you what I heard. He was talking about how he came up in rap. So I was just cooking. I'm not a big TV watcher, so I said, okay, that's 2 Chainz. Let me see what he's talking about.
Okay.
But he said something. I can't remember the whole interview, but something he said that made a lot of sense. He said where he from in Atlanta, he said I can go anywhere in Atlanta, the gas station, the grocery store, and I'm gonna run into somebody, another rapper, that's whoever they T.I., whoever they are in Atlanta, and it's a matter of just saying, hey, hit me up, I hit you up, let's collab on something, let's go.
Right.
Without all the what I call the fluff. Cut out all the
Right.
fluff. Let's just do some music. And let's let's collab, let's do some things. But I see a whole lot of people just sitting on their islands trying to be their own king, their own queen. I'm like, look, we can do so much more together if we work together. It's strength in numbers.
That's right. That's right. That's right, man. And that's what I see is needed. There's a lot of great artists out here, great DJs, rhythm and praise, all that.
Right.
Man, we come together as a whole, brother, and so much we can do.
It's so much, man.
So much. And that's what I have with hip hop.
Right.
At the end of the day, I mean, like you talking about, these guys, they come together for whatever purpose they want to do.
Right.
It can be partying, sex, drugs, whatever it is, even if they don't like one another. But they'll come together for that money. They come together for that fame.
Right.
That's some of them what they're coming together for.
Right.
But they're coming together. You know what I mean? But I think, like I said, we need to come together more. You know what I mean? To do this.
I agree, man. Hey, give us a story about something you experienced while DJing, just something that you was like, hey, this not. I'm trying to say this is not. This ain't gospel rap. Just somewhere you say, okay, they brought me in to do something, but you might have saw the artist doing some things like, okay, this not it. Give us. We live in this world now, social media, where we hear all the good stories, we see all the happy pictures, but give us a situation you've been in where you was like, okay, this different, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I haven't had a situation with an artist. I mean, artists can be an artist. They have their little
or a promoter.
Well, mine was mine wasn't necessarily with a promoter. It was with a church.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I said, I seen artists do what they do. Doesn't affect me. It's what they're doing with them people. Right. But what really caused me to really think about like why I'm doing it, it was a church I was DJing for. And they brought me in to DJ. They know what I do. Mm-hmm. And then they know what I do. Right. But they brought me in. But when I started DJing, playing the gospel Christian hip hop and rhythm praise and things like that, they stopped me. Mm. They said, no, we don't want that. I like, what are you talking about? Well, we want to hear the Drakes and the Nicki Minaj's. And I said, wait a minute. That's not, my name is DJ I Rock Jesus. And you said you found me online, so you know what I do. But we thought you can mix them up a little bit. No, I can't do that. Mm-mm. And then I said I couldn't do it. They told you, well, go ahead and leave then. This is in a church. Mm. It's in the church. And then they didn't want to pay me. But yeah, that right there. But I haven't. There's more stories, but I haven't dealt with an artist in the fact where like, man, I don't know about him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I haven't had that happened to me.
Right.
Not to say they wasn't who they are, but I just haven't had that. My thing was more with churches.
Right.
Dealing with churches because I DJ with different churches. So
hey, now talking about the churches, man, I could sit on here for 5 hours just issues with church. It's gotten better. Now, I'm not one to bash churches.
Right.
But we've had our share of, like you said, we had some churches mute our mics. Hey, what's this? Is this anointed? Is this a God? What kind of rap? I'm like, man, it's gospel. Right. We can cut the beat off and slow the game down. And hey, I'm in the South, so we can chop and screw it real slow, and you can hear word for word. It's the gospel. Right. But let me ask you this: how can the churches, I guess, be more aligned with the artists, with the DJs, with the promoter, as far as, because we need the church. I tell people all the time, I don't bash the churches because we do gospel rap. We need the churches. We need the
Right.
pastors and the youth pastors that
Yeah.
understand what we doing, what you doing. So
Right.
how can the church, I guess, do more to align with the artists and the DJs and the promoters to keep gospel rap moving forward?
I think that deal with the head of the pastor. I
Right,
think the pastor needs to listen to more of the young people in the
right.
church. Start listening to what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have a youth leader that he's young, listen to him. Let them do some things in churches. You know what I mean? Because what happens is, the elders of the church say, no, we don't want that. They don't listen to the young people. They do. You know what I mean? So I would say that just listen. The pastor, listen to him. Talk
Right.
to your young people. Talk to your youth leaders. And that's how we keep things moving.
Right.
Because it starts with the pastor, because he's in charge of the church. So if he don't know what's going on or been educated, he's not gonna let things happen there like that.
Right.
So you can't come as a DJ. So I found that sometimes the pastors don't know they are Christian DJs out here.
You're right. You're right.
And they're bringing a mainstream DJ. I had DJs that's not Christian call me up, ask me for some Christian music because they got booked at the church. In my hometown. So I'm like, that starts at the head.
Right.
I mean, if the head don't know what's going on, what's going to happen?
You right, bro.
So it starts with the pastor. I don't beat the church up. It starts with the pastor. If the pastor don't know, been educated, that sometimes some pastors are educated, but they just don't care because they're stubborn in where they at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, God's going to move regardless.
Regardless, bro.
Regardless what's going on within that church.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
You hit on the head, man. It's the pastors. I talked to so many over the years. I share this with you and everybody that's watching. One of the best stories I've ever experienced performing in front of a church. This a friend of mine, still a friend of mine to this day. He was like, "Hey, I want you to come to our church." He said, "We'll pay you everything. What you charge?" I said, "Oh, cool. Send them, the information by email." We get to the church. He said, "Now look." Now he tell me as soon as we get to the church, he said, "Now listen, you the first gospel rap artist ever in this church." He said, "I don't know how they gonna receive you." So in my mind, like, okay, I'm battle tested. So I tell people, hey man, I'm battle tested. I done been there, done that. I'm in the South. I'm in the land of the quartet. So
come on.
hey, I done rapped in quartet events, bro. And them some rough crowds.
Oh, I can imagine, brother.
Yes, sir.
I can imagine.
And so we up there rapping, and the pastor, I don't know I never met their pastor. I knew their youth pastor. So their pastor was sitting in the front row the whole time. I didn't know this guy from nothing. Okay. So we probably rapped about like an hour and a half. He said, we got you in here to do an hour and a half. I said, cool. Okay. When we was done, and I think their choir was singing, and they stopped. They pastor got up. This cat, 84 years old. He said, listen, he told his whole church, he said, I see today that God can use anything to glorify him.
Come on.
That thing stuck out. We probably talked about that for a whole week. Dude, 84 years old. He turned around and told everybody. He said, let me add this too. He said, cause when his youth pastor told him they was bringing in a gospel rap artist, he wasn't really on board with it.
Right.
But then he just wanted to just check it out. Say, okay, we came today. We had the army fatigues on. We came to work.
Yeah,
You're
ready. You're ready.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Boots on. Ready. They said, man, who this dude? Look, chain on. And so, that was one of the best stories I've ever experienced. This pastor, he maybe passed away. That was like maybe 10 years ago. And I hope he's still living. But yeah, when he said that, I said, okay, I see, God can do whatever with this music. And I like what you said, it's going to go on regardless. Yeah. I just wish a lot of the pastors that don't understand what we do, what you do,
Right.
Get with the youth pastors.
Yeah.
They understand. They just not saying nothing.
They're not saying nothing. They
They
want to
not
go with what it says, but you know,
right. They not saying nothing. So let me ask you this, bro. Marketing and promote. What can artists do, man, to grow what they doing, grow their brand through social media? Look, old school flyers, whatever. If they want to wrap their cars, what can they do marketing wise? The DJs too. Or what are
Yeah.
you doing? Share with us what you doing marketing wise to keep yourself basically afloat in this industry.
I use technology, man. I use the
Right.
social media.
But
Social
yeah.
media is free.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, I like I said, I do my own graphics, so that's one thing.
Right.
You know, I just promote constantly.
Right.
I promote constantly. I DJ live virtually, you know, on Mixcloud and YouTube
I see
like
you
that.
every day doing it, bro.
Yeah, man.
Every
Yeah, I
day.
mean, I try to get up there, just keep doing it, and I try to connect with artists, connect with DJs. So for the
Right.
artists, connect with the DJs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Stop relying on blog sites to put you out there. You still need a DJ at
Yes,
the end of
sir.
the day. Connect with some DJs, give them their music. Art DJs connect with artists.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we need one another.
That's it.
And use the social media. I mean, it's free.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can tweet from your house. You can be in the bathroom, brother, and you can talk about something on your phone and tweet it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can just constantly promote yourself all day long just on your phone. So I would say continue for free. For free. You know what I mean? And I mean, of course, sow into yourself. You know what I mean? If you want to do bigger promotions, get with a promotion company. But make sure you go with the right company that's not going to take your money. But definitely, man, I would say ours connect with the DJ. Send DJs drops. You know what I mean? If a DJ play your music, retweet it. A tweet is free.
Right.
You got to pay for that.
Right.
Just connect with the DJs. Art. That's all you got to do, man. And work with the social media. That's it. It's not that difficult. It's not hard at all. It's not like it was when I first came out. You know, when I first started DJing, number one, I had to walk the streets.
Yes,
you know what I mean? With flyers and all that stuff like that, and only reach my city 1 month at a time, whatever going on. But now with social media, internet, you can sit in your house, brother, and you can blast to the world.
Global. Instantly.
Just take one, if you can, take 1 day 1 day a week and just constantly get online, connect, promote. Don't send a track out to a blog site or a DJ and you're not promoting your joint. Don't think he could do all, you know what I mean? Because I found a lot of artists, they will send music to me, but they won't promote their own stuff.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So if I promote it, retweet it, put it back out. You know what I mean? It's real easy. It's not hard at all, man.
It's not hard.
It's not hard.
It's not hard, man. You hitting it on the head tonight. I hear that holy hustling in you, man. That's what I'm listening to. Because it's you hitting it on the head, you know. And I hope for artists that's looking at this show, connect with the DJs. Connect with the DJs. It's like we trying to do it by ourselves without saying, you know what, let me shoot something to DJ I Rock Jesus. Let me shoot something to DJ Will out of Birmingham. Let me shoot, you see what I'm saying? And shoot, let me cut this out, and shoot the music to the DJs and shoot it at them. Man, you giving them too much game tonight, man.
Yeah, look, give them drops. I tell artists all the time.
Drops,
if you send a DJ a single and along with that single a drop, you saying his name, let me tell you something. He will play your track over and over and over and over because you gave him a drop.
Yes, sir.
There was an artist in the mainstream, I forgot his name, but he took like two days and made his hit song, right? He took his hit song and added each DJ that sent him a script in that song. He redid the song, but added the DJ's name in the song. You know what that brother did? He made sure that song would get played every single time. Because if you give a DJ a drop or put his name in that song, bro, that hit, it would keep going and keep going and keep going. Yeah, it's that's that simple. It's not hard.
But it's
especially
not hard.
if you have your own studio in your house.
But
come on, man. You
I
can
think
do a drop. You can do a drop on your phone, bro.
yes,
Like I'm
sir.
just saying, it's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy.
It's you hit it on the head, man.
So easy, bro.
You giving them too much game. You got to start. You got to 9.99 for the
it's,
game.
it's not hard at all, man. It's not hard. Like back in day, you had to go in the studio to do a drop.
Right.
Now you don't have to.
With all
You
these
on your
apps.
phone, all the apps, go in the closet, shut the door,
That's
do
it.
your drops, and
That's
send
it.
it off right away.
That's
Because
it.
if a DJ want to drop you, that means he respect you. He like your joint. Get a man to drop, man.
Right.
Let him put it up there and retweet when he put you on your playlist.
Right.
It's not hard. And I know you see it. The thing about it is I know they can see it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Man, you
that's
hit
it.
it on the head, man.
That's it, bro.
You
That's it.
you hit it on the head. It's the
Crazy.
social media. It make what we do so much easier.
So much easier, man.
I talk to cats just here in the city. And they said, man, we just chopping it up.
Right.
And I share stories with them like, man, I met artists and DJ Joker in Africa. Joker, I ain't never been to Africa. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And in the UK, and I'm like, they said, well, how you do? I said, social media, man.
Social
They just
media.
inbox you. I send out stuff. They send something back. And now you connected with these cats. So,
That's right.
Lord willing, when we finally make it to Africa, we got to connect in Africa. Come to Virginia, I'm going to look you up. I'm not
Come
one
on,
of these dudes that's talking just for the show. I'm talking about as
Come
soon
on,
as I
brother.
touch that, I'm saying, hey, man, I'm in your city. What's happening?
That's right. That's
And
what's
cats
up.
that
Man.
know me know I do that anyway. If I go wherever, Dallas, hey, let's go to IHOP. Let's chop it up. They say, hey, I'm in the studio. All right, I'll meet you at the studio.
Come
You
on,
know,
come on, brother.
and
That's
so,
what's up,
man,
brother. That's
right,
that's hot right there, brother.
right.
That's
That's to me is I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm like networking.
network.
It's that I'm gonna go back to the holy hip hop days. That's what I love about. We went 5 straight years, and it
Yeah.
was like when I met what's the cat name? Man, I see his face. I just can't think of his name. He's one of the organizers of it. Not Danny Wilson.
Eddie
Eddie
Velez.
Velez. Yeah, Eddie Velez came by a table the first year we was there. He was like, man, I think I had on I'm from Arkansas, so I had on all hog everything. He was like,
Okay.
man, where you from, man? So I was telling him, he said, oh, okay. He said, man, I like y'all table. We just chopped it up and exchanged some info right there on the spot, networking. And so, man, what can artists and DJs do more to network as far as now we're in this COVID-19, but what can the artists do? I know social media is one way, but what can
Right.
artists and DJs do maybe virtually to connect, to share each other platforms?
What we doing right now?
Right.
I mean, we're doing it right now. All you gotta do is do that. Just talk.
Just talk,
just,
right?
just talk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just talk because they're not really performing. You shouldn't in a way, but a lot of them not performing a way. You can do a virtual concert.
Right.
I mean, I've seen that going on though.
Right.
I've seen that. I've seen that's going on right now. So a lot of that is going on. Like my sister, Miss DJ, Collected. She
Right.
does a mixtape thing, and she have artists on there. So you know what I mean. So that's going on now. Yeah. So
Right.
that is happening. That is happening.
Right. I'm big on. I tell people all the time. I said, man, hey, closed mouths don't get fed. So
Right.
you trying to, I hear artists, some DJs, oh, ain't nobody supporting me and ain't nobody doing this and doing that. I'm like, man, you got to connect with folks. You got to get
Right.
out your comfort zone. Like I said, I've been following what you've been doing for a long time. The one thing, I keep my ear to the ground on what's happening. I have to, as far as the overall move of gospel rap,
Right.
the artists, the DJs, even to the point of what they doing in each city and
Yeah.
what they doing in Houston, here in Arkansas, Memphis,
Right.
Virginia, New York, wherever. And just connect and collab with these cats, introduce yourself, and see where it go. A lot of
Right,
these cats
right.
like, hey man, look, I got this going on. Come up here. Or what y'all
Right.
got, or somebody before COVID,
Right.
artists was coming through the state. They say, hey man, I'm coming through your state. Any events going on? I was like, well, no. They said, well, what you doing? I said, I'm at work. I can't do nothing. They said, okay, well, I'm passing through. They was going to South by Southwest. That's where they was going.
Okay.
And they said, I'm
Okay.
passing through. I just want to stop and chop it up, which I said, man, I really can't right now because I'm
Right.
working. I was tied up. And
Okay.
so, but, just those connections,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
can't say, hey, I'm swinging your way. Let's chop
Yeah.
it up. And
Yeah.
so, man, this been good, man. Let me ask
Yeah.
you this. What the artists, how can artists, you mentioned about having their own studios, and I think that's
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this before I ask you this. We figured out years ago that we need to build our own studio. What
Right.
we sitting in now is a podcast studio. We have another
Right.
studio across the hall.
Right.
So we figured out a long time ago that in gospel rap, they not signing us because we talk a whole lot of Jesus.
Right.
Look, we just like any other city. We have these labels come down. They do these showcases. They're looking for the artists. You get
Right.
up there. You got a song that can shake the whole room. Then they put
Right.
you to the side like, hey, bro, you good,
Right.
but this ain't what we're looking for. I said, okay.
Right.
So I figured out a long time ago. I said, okay, they not signing me. I better sign
Right.
myself a deal.
Right.
So
Right.
with studios, what can the artists do to, you know, set their studios up? And I know you already gave the game a little bit, but what can they do as far as like learning the software to create their graphics, make their own studios, or I mean, build their own studios, and just pretty much have this mindset. Look, I got to sign myself and make this
Yeah.
make what I'm doing work.
Yeah. Just gotta learn, man. I mean,
Right,
like I said earlier, internet it can shows you so much.
right,
Like building a studio. I don't have a studio like that, so I really can't speak on how they can do that. But I just know that you can just learn. There's programs out here where you can have studios on your computer. And
right,
a lot of artists doing that right now. They making the whole albums on their laptop, or
right.
you know what I mean. So, but yeah, studio stuff like that, I'm really not up to that. I mean, but just go online and learn and search, do some research, do a
Right.
lot of research. If that's what they want to do, research it. You know what I'm
Research.
saying? Research. Go take a class.
That's
Everything is
it.
online now. You know what I mean? So you take a class about doing a studio. That's what you want to do.
Right.
Just do research. Just research.
It's like cats. They want somebody to hand them
Yeah.
what they and it ain't happening. You
It ain't
know.
happening. I
It,
mean, it's not going to happen. I mean,
no.
it'd be for a little bit. I mean, that's why I learned how to do my own graphics. I do my own websites and my app.
Right.
So I had to learn that because at the end of the day, it is costly. It costs
Mm-hmm.
money to pay people to do all that. So, but I have learned it myself, man, because you know, you know what you want.
But
You know what I mean? A
plus
lot
you
of times
saving a
people
lot of money.
save a lot of
A
money. You know what I
ton of money,
mean?
money.
So a lot of money. But yeah. But what I did a lot of research though.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? So yeah. That's
Right. Right. What's next for DJ I Rock Jesus, man? Before we get off this thing.
well, me, man, I'm just here to continue to do what God's called me to do. I want to do my album
Right.
with different artists, but
Right.
that's down the road. That's
Right.
down the road. But right now, man, I'm more focused on giving people God's music through this time with what's going on with COVID-19.
Right.
The holidays coming around, and even before COVID-19, the suicide rate was crazy. You
Man.
know what I mean? But now, since COVID-19, people really can't go nowhere. They
Right.
can't see their families, and depression's happening. So this is why I'm constantly focused on doing my virtual DJing and having virtual parties. So I want people to come on and realize that they're not by themselves,
Right.
and Jesus loves them.
And
That's my focus right now. Because I
that's what's
can't
up,
go
man.
nowhere DJ. I can't travel now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to think about traveling.
Right.
But so right now I'm more focused on doing my virtual parties, man, and like let people know, man, Jesus here. He loves you. You know
That's
what I mean?
it, bro.
You know what I mean? And so you're not by yourself, even though you feel like you're by yourself, you're not by yourself. So that's what I'm focused on right
That's what's up. And look at you just answered the next question I was about to ask you. I was about to ask you, man, to share something with the people about, because everybody dealing with COVID, man.
Yeah,
We
man.
all matter of fact, one of the artists that's supposed to go on tonight hit
Mm-hmm.
me yesterday and said COVID hit his household.
Mm.
And I was like, man, it hit that close to home.
Yeah.
And so, it's man, it's I think we
Right.
all itching to get back out there. But we got to
Yeah.
be safe at the same time. You
Yeah,
know.
but I hear people say all the time, but get back out where?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because before this happened, a lot of people won't do anything anyway.
Right.
But
Right.
now they're telling you don't do this like a child. Now you want to go out here and do it. Like I know
Right.
people that wasn't doing anything at all, but
Right.
now they like, I gotta get out there. Do what? You won't do nothing in the beginning.
Right.
So I'm just like, we as a whole, as a body, man, we need to. This is a perfect time for the church. Period.
Right.
This is a perfect time. COVID-19 has attacked so many homes, and people are hurting. They frustrated. Now we're going with the racism and the people getting killed on the
Right.
camera. There's so
Right.
much going on, anger. You know what I mean? But we gotta, as a body, man, we gotta come together and do what God's called doing live, man, and reach that person out there. So that's what I'm saying, man. This was about for me, man. It's just reaching that one person out there that just not know that how much Jesus loves them.
That's it, bro.
That's it, brother.
That's
Yeah,
it. And
that's it.
I agree with that 1000%, man.
Yeah, man.
Cause
Yeah,
you know it's it's God's time to shine
it is.
during this
Yeah,
time. You know,
yes,
and
yes.
you know, and to let people know, like you said, man, he's still here. He still
Oh
love you.
yeah,
He's still alive.
yeah,
And
man.
he ain't
God is
forgot about you.
moving, brother.
That's
God is
it.
moving, man. He's moving, man. But his people got to get on that page with him. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
So you know what I
Right.
mean. So whatever God's called somebody to do, man, I say just do it, man. You know, don't complain. Just do
That
it, bro.
that's what's up, man.
And
That's
just
what's
do
up.
it. If
And,
if it's in your power to do, if you can, go ahead and do it.
right, right. Let me ask this before we get off this thing, man. I enjoyed this, man.
Yeah, me too, brother.
Before I get out, I tell people all the time, man. I say, one thing I love gospel rap.
Yeah.
I remember how I got into it. Somebody asked me, said, man, how you get into gospel rap? And I told myself, man, I was literally brushing my teeth
Mm.
in the bathroom and heard
Wow.
the Spirit of God say, do gospel rap. I didn't know what gospel rap was. When
Mm.
I tell you, I'm like, man, what's a gospel? I don't know a gospel rapper. I don't know nothing about it. And then about 3 months later, I was introduced to it.
Mm.
At the time, I was a barber cutting hair. I owned the shop for 8 years, but
Okay.
I worked in the shop for 2 before I got my own. I was cutting hair, and a good friend of mine, he live in Houston right now.
Okay.
He the one who introduced me to Grape Tree Records.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
remember Antonius, LG
Yes.
Wise,
Yes.
those
Yes.
guys. So he said, man, I want you to hear something. And so I was cutting somebody's head, and I left him in the chair, and I went out to he had a green Ford Explorer. We sitting in it. I'm like, man, who is these dudes right
Man.
here? He
Man.
said, man, he from Chicago. Antonius from Chicago.
Mm.
I think LGY from Florida. I think was it DCP from Florida,
DCP.
right?
Wow. Wow.
Demon
Wow.
Caterpillar from
Wow.
Florida. And so I'm in the car listening. And so the cat I was cutting, he came and knocked on the window. He said, hey, man, you forgot about cutting my hair. So I rolled the window down. I said, hey, man, I apologize, man. Because I don't do that. I don't operate business like that.
Right.
But I
Right.
was
Right.
just so shocked by what I heard. I said, man, these dudes going in, talking
Mm.
about everything in this world and
Mm.
Jesus at the same
Yes.
time. And
Yes.
so
Come on,
that
man.
was my introduction to it. And so,
Wow.
man, I guess before, and like I said, I love gospel rap and I love
Yes.
having the conversations. And what I was
Yes.
saying, what I was leading up to was I rapped a lot of places, rapped with a lot of people, and those things are cool. I'm talking about rapped in
Mm.
churches, arenas, in the projects across the
Yeah.
street from the dope boy. They looking at us like, what y'all doing over here? Like, we
Right.
here. So, but I love the conversations. I
Yes.
love, what we doing now, just chopping it up.
Yes.
What can we do to, just lead the charge and lead gospel rap in the future?
Right.
So before we get off this thing, man, leave us with something for the artists, for the DJs, for everybody that's looking at this show tonight. 'Cause I don't know who looking,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody looking. But leave us with something, man.
Well, what I will leave with is, if God has called you to do whatever He's called you to do, let Him lead you, and just do it.
Right.
Just listen to Him. Just listen to Him. That's all. That's all I say. Just follow His lead. If it doesn't make sense, continue to follow his lead.
Right.
If God called you to paint, draw, whatever he's called you to do that.
Right.
You feel me? Don't let anybody lead you away from what God's called you to do.
Right.
That's it. That's it. Keep listening to the Spirit of God, man. That's it. Because the Spirit of God, I can give you all type of things I can say, but for myself, all I did for the past since 2000 was listen to the Holy Spirit.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And learn your and your craft.
Yes. Yes.
Work on your craft
every day.
Work on your craft. If whoever the DJ that you want to be or artist you want to be, you work on that craft, man. Continue to pray, listen to God, and work on your craft and learn. Just keep. That's it. That's it. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you.
You summed it up, man.
That's all I can tell you, man. I mean, there's no magic thing I can say like, yo, this would be no.
Right.
Continue to work that craft. Continue to listen to the Lord. You know what I mean? And stay humble.
Stay humble, man.
Stay humble, man.
Stay humble.
When God blows you to where he wants you to be, do not forget who helped you out at the beginning.
That's it,
And
boss.
I find a lot of artists have done that.
Yeah.
They forgot people that helped them when they was coming up. I mean, stay humble, man. Just continue to follow Christ.
That's it, bro.
Learn your word. All that, man. All that stuff is involved in that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's it.
That's what's up, man.
That's it, man. I mean, that's it.
You hit on here. I love when you said, study and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I tell people all the time, man, they come by our office, they be like, man, how you learn how to do all that stuff? I'm like, you know what I told this one lady, I'm gonna take you back maybe 12 years ago. And we was working on a campaign. I had a studio, I'm gonna take back 14 years ago. Right around the time I got married.
Okay.
I had a 2-bedroom apartment, and I had a studio in one of the rooms. One room I slept in, the other room we gutted it out. I'm talking about, man, put a bed foam in the closet. It was hot in that thing. Look here, cars come through. We in the hood for real.
Yeah.
I'm talking about across the street from a crack house, for real crack house. So, a partner of mine, he bought somebody, it was 3 people from the Republican Party, and they needed a commercial. They said, hey, we need a battle commercial because whoever they was going against that time, it was crunch time. And he said, hey, I know somebody who can do it right now, 12 o'clock at night. So he called me, he said, hey, man, you up? I said, yeah. They need a commercial. I said, cool. He said, they paying. I said, okay, let's make it happen. So we get over there, and she was like, how you able to do all this and make the music? And my brother was over there too. Over there too. He was mixing everything. So I just told her, I said, Jesus University. I said, I didn't go. I said, you looking at a cat, my aspirations in life wasn't to go to school and to be a sound engineer or a doctor. I love the streets. And I said, if I'm going to do it out there, I'm going to go all out and do that. So it's like from there, and I'm going to speed up to now, when people are like, well, how do you do it? I said, man, you have to, exactly what you just said. You got to be soaked in this thing, and you got to do it every single day.
That's right.
It's not a break. There's not a break at all. I said, you have to learn how cameras work. You got to learn how, when in the beginning of this show, we're setting up the audio. Like, you got to learn all that stuff to make this work.
That's
right. And so, man, you hit it on the head, but what I see a lot of frustrations of the artists is they can rap. They cold. I mean, they got the beats. They can rap. If they got their own studio or if they paying somebody to mix and master their stuff, they good. Right. But then from there, that's it. They don't want to do nothing else.
And that's a mistake.
They put it out there on social media and think, oh, okay, hey, I'm finna do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown, and everybody finna buy my project. I'm like, no.
That's changed now. I mean, people don't buy albums like that anymore. So, you know what I mean? So, they gotta really do more than just create something.
Right.
Unless you have a team, to help you with that. But
right.
you know, you gotta learn how to do other things too, promotions and connections and talking and all that stuff.
That's
Yeah.
it, bro.
A
That's
lot
it, man.
involved in it. It's a lot involved in not continue to trust God, but there's a lot more that we have to do for ourselves too. We gotta
Right,
get out there and really work it, promote it, talk about it. You know, social media makes it so much easier. So
right, right. You hit on the head, bro. Man, look, this was good, man.
yeah, I had a
I
good
will
time.
look here. Let me say this.
Hmm.
We got a new bro that's a part of the Refill podcast, man. I'm glad you jumped on. Like I said, this is what we trying to do now is just build the media side of
Okay.
gospel rap. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so Cass can say, okay, I can put a song out. I can shoot it to DJ I Rock
Oh
Jesus.
yeah.
I can
Yeah.
jump on the podcast with Ron Day and talk about it, and we can all
Right.
do our part to make it work.
Right.
So,
Right.
man, I'm glad you jumped on, man. Now
Yeah.
we consider you fam now.
Man,
So
same
I'm
here,
not,
bro. Same here.
yeah,
Same
man.
here. But you said something about the artist.
But
Even though he gets it to us,
but
he still got to work it.
already, that's it.
Yeah, he still got to work it.
That's it, man.
Because
That's it.
we can't make anyone listen to your music. All we can
Right,
do is present it to them.
right,
That's all we can do, present it. And a lot of artists don't understand that. DJs and promoters, they can't make you listen to their music.
right.
All we can present it. If they like it, they like it. They don't, they don't.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Man, other than that, man, this was good, man. We
Yeah, man, I
definitely gonna
appreciate you.
connect, man. Already, man. Like I say, man, I'm one of these cats, man. I follow the game. You know,
Yeah,
I follow it for real. I know who doing it, and I know who ain't. I know who playing with it, and I know who ain't. And when I said, let me holler at DJ I Rock G's, we gonna see. Cause I follow you, bro. You know, even
appreciate you.
though I'm not one of them cats that if I don't like or comment everything, I'm rooting for you. And I'm one
Appreciate
of
you.
them dudes. In gospel rap, I'm one of them cats that I'm holding the pom poms. I'm
Mm,
rooting for the game to win.
yeah.
And
Come on.
everybody that's doing it, cause I understand, you know, the work, the money, the time you put into making it work. So I'm,
Yeah.
I'm on the side like, hey, get it,
Yeah.
get it, do it big, do it big,
Yeah.
So I'm one of them cats, man. I want everybody to win. I know we hear that a whole lot, and I tell people, we always focus on the haters, but
Right.
let's focus more on the congratulators.
Come on,
I'm a
bro. I'm with you.
congratulator. I'm like, man, I'm rooting for gospel rap to do it
Yes.
big. I want to
Yes.
see gospel rap in those spaces like the BET Awards when it's
Mm,
an all gospel rap cipher going on.
right.
And look here, I'm not a crybaby, but man, I might share a tear that night. I might be like, man, look at this.
Hey,
Boy,
it's going
I'm
to happen,
telling you,
brother. I mean, at the end of the day, this what is COVID-19 is moving things, man. Because
that's it, dog.
people they don't want to hear that popping booties and all that stuff right now,
No,
man.
man.
They
No,
want to hear something with some substance.
that's right.
So this is a perfect time. I hate to say it like that, but this is a great time for Christian artists and DJs and all that to do what God's called them to do. The
That's it, bro.
people ears are open and their hearts
Wide
are ready,
open.
bro.
Right,
Their hearts
right.
are ready, bro.
That's
So
it. Well,
perfect time.
bro, I'ma end this show, man. I'ma go
All right,
end it. Let me click this button. Make sure we're gonna do this right.
man.
We still learning, y'all. We're gonna get it together.
Hey,
No,
it's
I'm
all good.
that's it, man. But we're gonna end this, bro. I'm gonna chop it up later with you, man.
All
And
right, brother.
man, I appreciate you jumping on, man. DJ I
Man,
Rock Jesus, everybody.
all right. Peace.
Already, bro. That was DJ I Rock Jesus, y'all. Listen, this was a good show, but man, we got a double hitter tonight, man. We got DJ I Rock Jesus who came on first, and then we got another brother, a partner of mine, all the way out of Memphis, preacher man Martin Powell out of Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis 10. Man, we just not getting started with this thing, man. I told y'all, listen, we in this thing, and we gonna win. I'm telling y'all, we gonna win, and we gonna make gospel rap look good doing it. So listen, y'all tune in about another hour. We got our second artist coming on tonight, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. Martin, Preacher Man, Pal. We're gonna talk to him about the same thing. Y'all was looking on this interview with DJ I Rock Jesus. I want to shout out my bro. He gave us these. He printed these t-shirts for me. Shout out to that boy, John J. Tees. Y'all holler at him, man. Look him up on social media. That's CJONDI Jenkins. Look him up on Facebook, man. Y'all get y'all some t-shirts. He did these for us. If y'all like these, fool with him and pay him for your shirts. So we're gonna get off this thing, man. And y'all tune in about an hour. We're gonna make it happen again. And we glad y'all tuned in. And man, y'all share this, like this, comment. We asking y'all for the same thing that everybody else asked for. Share this, like this, comment. Cause listen, we ain't going nowhere. We in this, and we're gonna make this thing happen. And we're gonna continue to push gospel rap to the masses so people know what it is, what time it is, how we get down, and how we move in it. So y'all tune in 8 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 7 in the Mountain, 6 on the West Coast. So y'all tune in, man. We got one more good show. Y'all come back, man. We're going to see y'all in a little bit.